So this story, I'm gonna get right into it. It's wintertime, so I gotta get my little wintertime thing going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. You see the winter backdrop. We back in the studio in the office. I can't wait to get up in here, man. This gonna be my new studio right now. So, you heard the New York story, so we gonna take it back to 03 and IPR. So now, 02, 01, around that time, I might have been kind of talking to Thick Texas, you know what I'm saying? And so, I'm still kind of, around that time, I'm still kind of recovering from that because she was kind of like my first, around that time, she was kind of my first little 8.5, you know what I'm saying?
You hurt my guts.
Is that bad?
Not one bit.
So I'm still trying to recover from that a little bit. I'm like, man, so, you got to think, I kind of got to a point where I say, I want something to look a certain way or whatever. So, around this time, I think, and we got to do that one too with, Poncho, the GD from GA. We got to do that one too. I'm gonna have to go to Mini Haha to kind of break down some of that stuff and get some more footage for that. So I might do that, this weekend and do a little mini quick slide through, for that. So I might hold off on some of that I might do the story and then hold off on releasing it. So y'all are kind of, now we doing Star Trek. Not Star Trek, we going to do Star Wars. So this Star Wars, this gonna be like the Negro Star Wars. This gonna be the IT nigga Star Wars, where we're going episode 4 and back here and back there, because everything's all, I gotta try to compose it. So I'm not gonna put it all in order. If this becomes like a big fan page where somebody like, yeah, man, we got 100,000 followers and y'all going through, cause that's what I do with some of the stuff, like Game of Thrones and stuff. Okay, where did Jon Snow go? And this, that, and the third, and they put this piece together. Y'all let y'all do that as the fan base, but I don't know if we're gonna get that big, but man, I'm satisfied with these 400-500 subs. We gonna try to get it down to 3,000. I never ask y'all to like, share, and subscribe, but if you want to, man, you do what's in your heart. But now, so 2003, I'm still kind of running around trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm like, man,
Clocking in, clocking out, same grease stain apron. Next week, it's a headset in the cubicle. Feels like the universe hit pause on me. But every night I light up the laptop and burn another die.
I'm working little dead-end jobs at a deco. I forgot to tell y'all that. I go to this little place right here. I go to that place right there, which makes me talk about Columbia Heights a little bit. I got to do that story up in there too, because around that time, I had a bad ingrown toenail. I mean, y'all don't understand. This is like one of the worst pains you ever had. And I think I eventually went to the doctor. He's going to get to the point. You're going to try to tough it out. Like, man, I can just walk around. Man, let me tell you something. It hurts so bad. It's so embarrassing and it gets hurt so bad. It's almost like man, that might be hemorrhoids and it might be, I'm telling you, it ain't I'm telling you, I don't even want to get to that, but I might have to tell that story just because it's embarrassing and I got to tell it. But, but I'm going to 43rd and Central. This is way before I met New York. I'm trying to find a job and the police is harassing me when I get off the bus. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's around that time, that 01, 02. I'm still trying to get things together. So, I finally go down to IPR. They opened it up. I hear about it. I don't know how I heard about IPR. I think I was thinking about going to music school and stuff. Cause see, remember, I used to go over Mike's house and make beats. I used to go to Angel Beach and all of that. So, and then we'll get to Taylor Sound too. I got to tell some stories about that too. So, I might have 10, 15 stories a day, depending on this damn memory. But, so now I'm going down to IPR. I think my grandpa had passed. The family went through my mom and my aunt. My aunt's gone now, but around this time, my mom and my aunt, they alive and they fighting this lawsuit. We had a grimy ass.
At the crib, I'm chilling when I catch some drama drifting through the wall.
We can't let him keep draining dad's savings like this.
Told you that cousin from Tennessee was slick. With these documents, we can freeze the account.
His cousin from Tennessee or somewhere, and she somehow took the estate and was trying to keep, my grandpa was a drunk. You know what I'm saying? He worked for Cargill for a long ass time and he had a whole bunch of money and they used to always talk about he got money and he just, just walking around just out of here.
grandpa, man, he was a stone cold drunk from Tennessee. Had more money than sense, but nobody believed him. He'd be out in downtown Minneapolis every day yelling at the world and swinging from that bottle. Legend, if you can't.
But he had money, and he had a whole lot. And everybody thought he was just talking, but that nigga had bread and properties and all kind of stuff, but he was just drunk. He became
I'm Johnny Polk from Tennessee, baby. Stone cold drunk and stone cold rich. You got a glass? We can clink. I drink with anybody, and they mama too. Cheers to that.
drunk. You know, my grandpa and my grandma got divorced. My grandma remarried, and you know, Johnny Polk, he's still out here walking down Franklin or walking down, you know what I'm saying? He gets out of here. But that nigga had money. And so one of the cousins somehow got wind or found out about it. So now she's managing the money. She's trying to keep my aunt and my grandma, or not my grandma, but my aunt and my mom, because they the lineage. They supposed to get the money. You know, like they supposed to be managing it. So she started blowing a lot of the money. He still had a lot. And then when he died, she started playing with the money and doing all kind of stuff. So they had to go get a lawyer, and it took forever. It took like 6 months. It was like the OJ trial or more. So they on the phone every day with this lawyer and stuff like that, trying to keep this broad from stealing it. And so eventually they got a lawsuit. My mom got like, I don't know, she might have got 50 to 100 or so. I don't know what it was, but she said, what do you want to do? Do you
want a box caprice or bubble caprice? Or you want to go to music school? It's either school, the service, or work.
Choices. Boxed up or bubbled out, smooth jazz or boot camp. She made it sound easy. How about we start with school and keep that caprice on layaway?
Want a car? Do you want you a box Chevy? Or do you want to go to IPR school? Or do you want to go to school? She might, I think she gave us each some money, or she gave, that was kind of a lot back then. That was a lot for somebody that ain't, and then my mom, I think, might have been working at the U of M too, for a little while until she got sick. And so, around this time, this 03, I'm getting ready to try to, I'm thinking about trying to move out and get up out of there. She didn't tell me I got to leave, but I'm like, I'm just trying to leave. So I choose IPR. She said, you could get you a box frame or you could get you a bubble. That's what I had in mind. So I'm like, hey, man, I'm telling Jay, I said, man, I'm thinking about a Chevy or something. He said, man, Joe, you
At this clean caprice, thinking of making it mine. What you think?
Well, folk, you might as well get you a Chevy or go to school, G.
On Chief.
Get you a Chevy and you go to school, Joe. On Chief, so he's just kind of like, and because I'm still wanting that box frame caprice. But and I probably should have just got the car, but I would have been acting, man. I don't think I don't know, man. Maybe I should have went to IPR. I think.
And what if I copped that 85 Caprice back in the day? Ladies posted up like queens. Legs spinning so clean you could eat off them. Trunk full of secrets. Me in the driver's seat, fat blunt lit, queen on my lap. Keeps it cool. Whoa.
I would have been doing a little bit too much going on out here and stuff. I would have been up there trying to get them blades, and I might have been just totally infected by this point. Maybe the IPR was a better idea. I didn't finish, but so I'm going to IPR. I'm learning about mixing and mastering all this kind of stuff. And, and then my homie, he record. My homie Q, he's going off record. So they had introduced me to Angel Beach when we was 17, 18, we in high school. I'm watching them go. I'm amazed. I'm like, man, this rap shit, I'm just looking at the ADATs. I'm asking Fat D all these questions. He's like, man, this nigga asks a lot of damn questions. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's an incredible experience. I'm just watching this shit. I'm watching this rap shit. 50 Cent coming out after a while. We looking at these mixtapes like, hey man, hey bro, it's time to make a mixtape. So he's like, man, I'm about to make a double disc album, but I'm going to make a mixtape called Triple H. So I recorded the whole thing, but I start kind of I brought I brought him and I brought a few of my homies up there. Jay ain't really trying to rap like that. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't trying to, I wanted to bring him up there because he got that voice. You got that, yeah. So he got that voice. He got like Young Buck almost. He could have did something. And the nigga looked a little like FYBJ May. I used to tell him like, bro, cause they used to go to the studio sometimes and we be sitting there writing lyrics. I had a little cheap ass little computer mic. So we be over there rapping and recording on my desktop in the early 2000s, 98, 90, 90, 2000. We make songs. Like I'll play you some of these songs. You're going to laugh. It's funny as fuck. I think I still got them. So one day I'm writing and I'm steady writing. And somehow I must have left my notebook at a studio they went to or something like that. Somehow he got my notebook. They go to record in some studio and I'm listening to the song. So they did record a song. It was Q and J. They recorded a song and I'm listening to the song and it was something about weapons of war with unforgiveness. But you know, he can't rap it like how I do. And I'm listening to this song. I said, nigga, you done stole my lyric. And they bust out laughing. He's like, man, you stole. I said, this nigga stole my damn rap. I left my book somewhere and he's trying to read it and rap it like I'm rapping it, but they rapping on the beat. So, you know, but you know, when we be in the studio, you know, when they, like the homies that was real serious, that's what they would do. They steal each other's lyrics or they borrow each other's lyrics. They were like, oh man, say it like this or say it like that or do this. So that's how songwriting's supposed to be. You know, you sitting up in there, hey bro, say it like this, say it like that. Sometimes you might go in the booth and then your homie come out and you be like, man, I'm about to re-record my shit. That shit was so now you feeling like competitive. Oh man, I can't, bro did that. I started kind of almost wanting to do that when me and Stack was in the studio. I might hear him do some shit. Like one time he had a song where he said something about articulate with bullets hit ligaments. We know how to put the work where the cash is. Articulate when bullet hit ligaments. Know the number one rule. You shake the cops and remember to hit the. So I'm sitting here listening to this shit while he's in the studio with me, and I'm like, man, fuck. I said, man, I think I'm about to go back in the booth. He said, no, I'll leave it. I'm still like, man, this nigga here, because I didn't know. I know he had it, but I'm thinking about really going back in the booth and rewrite my whole song. He said, no, bro, leave it. It's because I had the chorus, I had everything, you know, but so that's what we be doing. I'm getting ahead of myself. So now I'm going to IPR. I'm recording. There's a little booth, a little MIDI room with all kinds of little things going on in it. And I told y'all that story about how somebody stole the module and they thought it was me and it wasn't me. And, somebody eventually got caught and all that. So, you know, but, one day, and I guess I'll talk, but you know, one day I sang this light skinned dude named Jamal. He stayed in the super neighborhood by us and stuff like he played ball and all that. So, you know, I mean, so, you know, somehow they try to ask I don't know what happened, but some stuff got stolen. I don't think he did it. I don't think he did, but somehow some stuff got stolen. And they asked if I knew somebody, and I think there was two Jamals. He came by just to check the school out or with somebody. I don't know. He was in another session. And then this dude name was Jamal or something like that. And I think he used to go to school for a little while. It was this one dude. I think he was from LA. He was a Pyru from LA. So me and him started kind of working and stuff like that at one point in time. So now, and this was around the time at the IPR where there was this one dude. He was from Chicago. I don't know what he was, but he was a little older and he was going to IPR. He didn't go for the full time because it was expensive. His name was Birdie. So me and him were starting to work on some music. We did some stuff. I don't have that music. I don't think no more. I might still have it, but he was talking about going to Chicago and going on the tour or whatever. He was like, man, you come with. And so I'm like, you know, at one point, you know, and I think he was one of them old, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of smooth dudes or whatever like that. So he was a little older. He was real cool, real calm. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had braids, you know what I'm saying? He had big nose, you know what I'm saying? Little beady eyes and stuff like that. He was a little older than me, but you know, and he was kind of swole. And, he's like, yeah, you know, and so at this one time, I was trying to talk to this Puerto Rican chick. So I'm telling him about you. He said, yeah, bring that hoe too. Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? Bring the hoe too. So he kind of reminded me of New York a little.
Man, since I've been here, there's this Puerto Rican woman I like. She running the booth like a boss. I'm thinking about bringing her around when we drop this mix.
Yeah, man. Bring the hoe too.
A little bit, but a little country and stuff. And so, but all during that time, man, I'm recording and stuff. And, Stack, I bring Stack up. Stack got the Caprice, but the Caprice is real world drive. So it's like how it is out here right now. It's the winter time. And so it got to a point one day he brought the Caprice and we had to push it out. He parked it somewhere and we like, man, we can start taking the bus up there. So
my guy on the IPR had to show him where the magic lives. Winter came through mean though. His 89 got stuck in the lot.
And we were out there pushing like it was the Olympics.
After that, 1624.
I think bro was still over Southeast. He could have been over South, but he might have still been over Southeast around this time. So we trudging through this snow. We ain't got no boots. We trudging to get to the studio and we sitting there just making beats and rapping. And then, you know, we trying to rap like 3 6 Mafia and we just trying to get our style together. And I just want to just make beats. you know, my homies like, man, you just need a song right. And now I kind of try to rap a little bit, but I really couldn't get a style together. So we rapping and we making beats and we sitting up in IPR. And so eventually one time, you know, I bring Q, I say, hey man, we need to, so, you know, the instructor, he used to always stay on my head because he felt like I had talent. So he was just nervously just staying on your head all the time. Like, man, you ain't supposed to be in this little ass room recording. I like the little room. I think I used to bring Mike up there. Did I bring Mike up there? I think he came up there a couple times. And so he wanted me in the master mix room where they used to mix print shit with the big boards and all that kind of stuff. He wanted me up in there. Like, man, you ain't paying all this money to be up in that little ass room. But I was afraid of that room because, man, if you plug the wrong mic in and do phantom power, you might blow that whole shit. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times I'd be afraid, but I start mixing on that SSL. And some of the instructors kind of like how I mix. And, you know, like, but after a while, I think I lost confidence with the music theory. I ended up leaving.
Instead of going to music class, I ended up trudging clear across the east side St. Paul. She was 20, beautiful, and somehow I was in her bedroom.
Mailman won't be here for another few hours.
Guess we stuck here then.
Ain't no locked door gonna stop us. You need to spend the night like you said.
Even because I just couldn't really figure out the notes and the math kind of got to me or whatever. But that's what we used to do, man. We be at IPR. This was around 03. Fast forward way to 2013, me and Stack Doe, we decide we want to record our own album. So that's before, that was like pre-Welcome to the Woods. I had been writing lyrics for damn near 5-6 years. I had lyrics that might have been old as hell that I've been writing, and I never felt like it was good enough to go to the studio. After my mom passed, I kind of went full throttle. I was already kind of messing around with it, but I went real full throttle. You see what I'm saying? Into making those records around 2014. But 2013, me and Stack went to this studio where this brother, and I'll probably have to do another video on that. Me and Stack go to this, and man, we made some shit. We had a lot of tight beats. He picked out a couple of other beats, and we had an album. And I said, man, we should come up with a group. So, you know, I'm always coming up with names and monikers for everybody. I always got a name for somebody I know. So I said, man, we gonna call it The Faction. So I put the capital F, you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, we'll have to do a part 2, man. I'm constantly being...
What you want?
Not much.
I know what you want. You need to say it. Is you tired?
I'm not tired.
You will be in a minute. And after you take a nap, I'm gonna make you tired again.
Faction. Mount Everest straight to the top. DP Groundhog. Spit flame, I'm a fire starter. Aiming at the lames, they acquire targets. That's a perfect goodbye, nigga. Sayonara. Solitary nigga, yeah, I'm a private artist. Want something Polynesian, thick as hell by the water. Hear the soul on the road like a choir walking. Amazon.com, I try to find a bargain. Try to give her some game, but her mama's jargon. Broke niggas stealing rims like a copper thief. That's a grocery move, we ain't shopping for beef. I hope they catch some coupon bullets shot for free. I lock the game if I got the key. And end up like a mouse without the trap. Wisconsin style, that's a lot of cheese, a lot to me. Whether in the Ford or Riviera, I'm at the whore, but the chick was scary. Spit flame, we some fire starters. Aiming at the lames, they acquire targets. That's a perfect goodbye, nigga. Sayonara, solitary nigga, yeah, I'm a private artist. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change, 212s with bangs, fam. Smother my pockets before I smother some steak. Get up on profit and enough of the hate. New deck in my whip for like 200. Catch attention of a rat, man, that's new bunions. She say she got a guy, but the dude's frontin'. She wants some info on me like she knew something. Stacking cash is the best practice. After I get some more, get my steak smothered like a sex addict. Pour a couple Henny on rocks when stress active. Bowl cuts for niggas, one phase, they vex savages. Money on my city, posturpedic, blessed mattress. Had his 5-piece trippin', but her breast plastic. Hit her from the back and told her that her sex average. You can leave the crib and you can could take a step backwards. I believe a real war when the threat's active. These niggas ain't no threat, they get less passionate. Yeah, spit flame, we some fire starters. Aiming at the lames, they acquire targets. That's a perfect goodbye, nigga. Sayonara, solitary nigga, yeah. I'm a private artist. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change, we get the change now. We get the change. 212 to bang.
We used to flip up on the mattress, never tell where your stash is. Intelligent, never put the work where the cash is. Articulate when bullet hit ligaments. Know the number one rule, you shake the cops and remember to hit the fence. I dream to be a ball player, but I'm stuck in the ghetto. A hard place between heaven and hello. They say I'm wrong, but I'm feeling right. I'm just making sure my daughter get to eat at night. Don't slam doors. Mama in the living room sweating, mopping the floors. And I keep my promise that her oldest boy is gon' soar. Bruce Lee and lightning is two deadly combinations. Blue collar crime, how I'm cracking combinations. Codes and digits, no resistance. Get my cash like you supposed to, bitches. I keep a cold chick by my side so she can expose you bitches. When I'm ballin' on the road to riches. Copy that, nigga.
Spit flame, we some fire starters. Aiming at the lames, they acquire targets. That's a perfect goodbye, nigga. Sayonara, solid